Everybody, just trying to sort out a bit of a camera angle here. This is always a little bit of a it's like the first time I've done it every time I do this. Oh boy, we are here. Oh, I'm going to bring you guys up on the chat on my computer over here so I can see what shenanigans are going on. Hope you guys are all doing well. Full disclosure, it is actually New Year's Day here in Auckland, New Zealand. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. What day or time is it where you are? I'm sure it's New Year's Eve for most of the world. And, oh, there we go. Got a nice little delay going on there. I can just keep up with what you guys are saying. So if you see me looking off to the side here, it's not because I'm getting bored. It's just that I'm trying to keep up with the chat. It's not a great set I've got in this room for doing live videos, to be honest. I mean, we've got cardboard box over there. We've got mics and random and brown curtain and oh. Happy New Year's. Peas Doc and the other one that I just missed. Happy New Year's, everybody. Had a gig last night, so I only woke up about 30 minutes ago, and this is much needed. Got home at about 2 o'clock this morning from the gig, and yeah, still, hey, I'm getting old. Still recovering from this gig. Happy New Year from Michigan, USA. What is the time in Michigan, USA at the moment, Brendan? Roland TD17. Ken, yes, it is indeed. And I've been enjoying it. Czech Republic. We've got the whole world chipping in here. It's so good. Great community. 4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. in Toronto, New Year's Eve, right? So yeah, if you are just popping in now, it's 10 o'clock in the morning here on New Year's Day. And yeah, we're in the future. We're in flying cars. It's crazy. Wait till you guys get here. It's just absolutely insane. And yeah, had a gig and I very much need this coffee. So yeah, it is great to see all you guys. I had a few things. I don't really plan. I was gonna say I don't really plan this stuff. I don't really plan anything, but I did actually for this stream, I wrote down a few things that I wanted to mention. And first of all, I have to say, thank you for the support. This year, 2021 has been a son of a beep. And, you know, this, in a bizarre way, this channel has kind of kept me sane. It's kept me busy when, you know, work has been so, I don't know, so up and down all over the place. Gigs have been very, very sparse. I'm used to doing a lot of gigs. And this would have been the quietest year gig-wise since I started at music school. It's been crazy, crazy quiet for gigs. Obviously, with the lockdowns. Even last year, even 2020, a lot more gigs than this year. Christopher Chaper, 3 in the afternoon, New Year's Eve, Nashville. Just walked across the street to buy coffee and they wouldn't take cash. If this is the future, do not like. 10 p.m. in Germany. Okay. So this is just a beautiful thing. Dominican Republic. People from all over the world joining in. We've created a community on this channel, and it's just a beautiful thing. I'm just so happy, and I'm really glad it's ended up being such a positive channel and community. You know, I certainly never set out to critique anyone. I've had the odd comment on videos. Oh, I don't like what you said about blah blah blah, but I've always tried to keep it straight down the middle. And I'll always steer clear of critiquing people. Always look for the good stuff, to be honest. Hi from Norway, Ken R. Monson. 6 p.m. Chile. Hola, Nicolas. Okay, back to my agenda. Thank you so much for the support this year. It's been an awesome year. For the channel, it's been an awesome year. And thanks to you guys. Particularly, obviously, Patreon members who are just incredible. The Buy Me a Coffee crew, which has, which has really kicked off. And the Discord group, which is a offshoot of those two groups. And the PayPal requests are very, very generous indeed. So thank you so much. Hola, Andrew. Nice Spanish. Gracias, Nicolás. Hablo un poco castellano porque mi esposa es chilena. Y por eso hablo un poco, pero el problema es que no hablamos en la casa. Y no sé por qué. Creo que olvidamos. Nada más. Norway, Chile, Poland. Unbelievable. So just to let you guys know what I've got in store for this stream. I did specifically write down I needed to remember to thank people, which I'll probably be doing over and over during this video. I was going to give you guys some stats on the channel over the year, which have been really cool. Actually, I haven't looked at the stats yet. I just brought them up. Yeah, I'm going to check those out with you guys. I was going to talk about some of the shout outs I got from the drummers that we've covered on the channel. Guys like Sugarfoot. Need my memes. Where's my memes? Need them in here right now. And a couple of other things. Q&A. I'll try and do a Q&A, I guess, at the end. So if you do have any sort of deep questions that you want like a thoughtful answer on, it's hard to say that, but try and leave it to the end, and then I'll try and get to them, try and knock them off. Genial, tienes un excelente español. Muchas gracias, Nicolás. I just wish we spoke in the house. You know, my son, he picks up bits and pieces. He's a Chiwi, Kiwi. He's a Chiwi, but he understands it, but yeah, need to speak it more. Okay, what else did I have? Okay, stats. Let's have a look at some stats for the year. So, subscribers in 2021 alone, 49.1 thousand subscribers this year. Crazy. 13.4 million views. Absolutely insane. Now, actually, a question for you guys. Let's make this a bit interactive. What do you think? I'll give you guys, I know there's a little bit of a delay on the comments. What do you think was the most watched video this year? Not in total. You can't just go to the channel and go, oh, that one's the most watched. No, this year. What do you think is the most watched video of the year? I don't think anyone's going to get this. And I'm just going to sit here drinking my coffee, waiting for that delay to kick in. This is potentially very self-indulgent. What do you think is the most watched video on my channel? I'll just sit here and drink coffee while you try and guess what it is. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting for me. Joey? Oh, we got a lot of Joey. One of your covers. No. My covers they get a good response, but they're never going to have the views of some of these other ones. Nandi, Yuyoka, Joey Jordison. Oh man, just reeling off those names. What a year. Marco Miniman. All right, I'm going to tell you what it is. The most watched video of this year by quite a stretch as well, by 50,000 views. Lionel Lewis hears a song once and plays it perfectly. That was actually uploaded 2020, but this year it got the most views. The second most viewed video of the year, Numa, the Tool video. The third most viewed one, with almost 700,000 views this year, is the Drummer Smashed by the Cross worship fail, and I also put in the Nyango Star, the Japanese red circle blast beat double kick madness children's thing. What is that? And then we've got, then it's actually a bit of a jump down to Alex Rudinger, Xenochrist, 435,000 views. It's still a lot of views, but it is a jump down to there. And then Juna. Oh, I am so happy that's that high, the Juna video. And then sixth, Joey. There's your Joey. That is the sixth most viewed video of the year. And then Joey's at 7 as well, which makes me very, very happy. And then Bleed, Infant Annihilator, and El Estepario Siberiano. Man, I got to get back to some more of that guy. Just some crazy, crazy drummers there. Too many drummers to get back to be honest. But that 13.4 million views for the year, that just, I don't know. It blows my hair back. Eh? How do you like that one? Oh, okay. Shout outs from people that I featured. Now, I thought this was pretty cool. I didn't write anything down for this, but basically quite a lot of people who I made a video on commented on the video or posted on their Instagram. Matt Lynch was one, had a nice back and forth chat with him. He seems just like such a nice guy, and he was really, really grateful for the video, and I was amazed at the Matt Lynch videos. Sugarfoot, Jonathan Sugarfoot Moffat left a really nice comment, which I pinned on the, what video was that? Was it Thriller? One of the Sugarfoot videos I did, pinned his comment, which was again really, really nice. And Nandi, Yuyoka commented on videos. Yeah, lots of people, which I really did not expect them to do that. It was just very, very nice of them. Words everywhere. Infinite Annihilator sounds too jolly when you say it, Andy. Infinite Annihilator. Hi, where are the ladies in your best of? Oh, are you talking about the compilation things that I made? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean this most viewed list? You must mean the compilation things I made. Look, I think the thing with the ladies is that people watch those videos. So the whole point with those videos was I wanted to shed a bit of light on videos that I thought were awesome that didn't get many views. Some of them got like literally 1,000 views. Now I'm not complaining, 1,000 views is still a lot of views. And I don't want to dismiss the people that did watch those videos, but they didn't get as much as they should have. And I feel like, Yuyoka, those videos got a ton of views. So I can't really, I don't know, it just didn't fit. And if it worked out that there were no female drummers in that list, then I don't know. It just didn't work out that way. You can look at it as a good thing that their videos did get a lot of views, put it that way. Happy New Year from Russia. Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. Let's see if there are any more interesting stats, or if, I don't know, if you guys find that kind of stuff interesting. I don't normally look at the stats, to be honest. Top geographies. This is interesting. I never really looked down here at this stuff at all. United States, 31.6% of my viewers are in the United States. That, I think, that's not too surprising. What is surprising is that the next region, United Kingdom, 6.6%. That's the difference in obviously population, but viewership around the globe. 31.6 United States. Second, 6.6% in the United Kingdom. Wow, it's a huge percentage in the United States then. Germany, 5.8%. Canada, 5.3%. Japan, 4.8%. This is interesting. This is interesting for me. I should be looking at this stuff more and more, obviously. Sweden. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sweden, number 7. Now, no disrespect to... Oh, man, I'm going to get myself in trouble here. No disrespect to Sweden. Sweden is not a massive country, is it? That's really high viewership in Sweden. Oh, salty shells. Great reasoning. Yeah. Sorry, just to come back to those best of videos. Look, guys, anytime I do a best of, I'm setting myself up to get in trouble, to get chopped down. How did you leave this guy out? How did you leave this girl out? It wasn't a best of in terms of these are the best drummers and that's it. It was literally just these videos need to be seen, or I hope that you guys watch them. That was all it was. Alright, I'm gonna stay clear of that comment. I really need someone reading these comments for me, or else before I start going. And ooh, that's controversial. You know what? I think the coffee's just starting to kick in. As I said before, if my eyeballs are hanging out, got in it. I don't know. It was 2 o'clock this morning, that's pretty normal for a gig. But yeah. I'm out of practice. I am out of practice with gigs. Haven't been many gigs this year, and a late gig now, and I'm shattered for like the week. Mike TV. Hi there, just to say I love what you do, mate. Yeah. Been watching for ages. All the best for the new year. Cheers from Glasgow, Scotland. Thank you, Mike TV. The best of vids were fantastic. Oh, I'm glad you did enjoy them. And yeah, I just wanted to give you a good reason. I mean, there's absolutely, of course, no way I'd be trying to not include female drummers in anything. One thing I've mentioned a lot on female, I've sort of ended up going off on a rant on some of the female drum videos that I've done. All my female private drum students are really good. Now, I'm not saying that to be condescending and to patriarch anybody. They're actually really good. The female students, I think, overall outperform the male students. I don't get as many of them. Maybe there's something in there about, the ones that do come, they really want to do it. I don't know. But they're good. They're good. I don't want to generalize too much, but they definitely seem to be better in terms of being a student. Like listening, taking on information, and this sounds absolutely terrible. They're better at doing what they're told in terms of a student. And I don't mean women. Oh my god, this has gone completely wrong. I don't mean they're better at doing what they're told. I mean they're better at following instructions logically and smartly. So I think with males there's a tendency to, oh yeah, yeah, he told me that, but you know, I'm just gonna do this anyway. But I think that I found my female students are just like, oh, you want me to do that, that? Cool, I'll go and do it. Go and do it, and then come back, and it's like, oh, you've done it. You've like literally improved in the last week. Yeah, I don't know. Warren, my buddy, Happy New Year, man. Good old Discord group. I hope to get to more of these Discord recommendations and requests in the new year. In the new year? In this year. Has your wife got musical talent? Yeah, my wife's a singer. I don't bring her into the videos. She doesn't want to come into any of the videos. Don't need to bring her into the videos. Brian Walsh, watching all the way from Ireland. Hey, Brian. I really appreciated all your comments this year, man. Okay. What else did I want to get to here? Oh, I was going to mention, and I brought this up on the Christmas live stream, and I got another comment on this just like an hour ago. People are always surprised when I post a playing video, or they say something like, oh, haven't seen you play before, or oh, it's nice to finally see you play. And that always is interesting to me. There's around about, I think there's 372 reaction videos on the channel now, and there's a specific playlist, reaction video playlist. But there's 1,100 and something videos in total on the channel. So 370 odd of them are reactions. The rest of me playing or making a dork of myself somehow. So I'm always surprised that people are surprised when they see me play. Maybe they're just not getting those videos recommended to them. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe that's just an algorithm thing where they're just not, my playing videos are just not popping up. And I guess it can depend on how you watch YouTube as well. Actually, that is a good question. How do you watch YouTube? Do you watch it on your phone? Do you watch it on a laptop, on your computer? Or do you watch it on TV? In our house, you know what? We probably watch the majority of YouTube on our TV. And it's not as easy to... It doesn't seem as easy to sort of scroll through and find everything. It just sort of throws stuff at you. Whereas, you know, if you go actually into someone's channel on a phone or a computer, you can dig around, you can find all the archive stuff. Let me know in the comments. How do you watch YouTube? Paz you. Happy New Year, Andrew. Always enjoy watching your reactions. Happy New Year. Toma Chachek. Hope I've got that right. Happy New Year. Great channel. Enjoy it a lot. Thank you. Dan B. Happy New Year from Los Angeles. Yeah. Thank you guys so much, and Happy New Year to everybody. I feel like I'm a little bit... It is New Year's Day here. It is 10:25 in the morning, and I'm recovering from a very late night or early morning from a gig. So, yeah, sorry about that. Oh, here we go. This is interesting for me. All devices. Okay. Christopher, my buddy. Phone, tablet, tied for first TV. Really? There you go. I watch YouTube. Havak 37. I watch YouTube on phone and computer, and it never recommends your playing videos. Yeah. They don't have as much views, so I guess the algorithm's just not pushing them. I guess the way YouTube works, it's sort of the rich get richer in that sense of views. So if you're getting a lot of views, you know, the richer analogy, I guess, if you are getting a lot of views on certain keywords or something, you're probably just going to keep getting pushed those. And I guess if you're clicking on them, that is like feeding that cycle, so you're just going to get more and more of them. YouTube mode, couch, and big ass TV. Yeah, we're the same, Dan B. Same here. I don't know, obviously everybody on this chat, on my channel, the viewers are all going to be different ages, but do you ever stop and think, like, what were we doing before YouTube? I mean, YouTube's only been around, I think was it 2006? That's not that long ago. I mean, I was at music school before YouTube. That just, I just can't believe what we were doing. What were we doing before Wi-Fi? But YouTube, the resources, the videos you've got access to, the fact that, you guys are suggesting all these drummers and we can just watch and then share incredible drum videos all around the world instantly. It's just amazing. Watching music videos on MTV. Yeah, I suppose so. But it's a lot different. The whole music video thing was so different. This is like inside niche stuff. If you're particularly passionate about drums, you can get it right in, and now you can watch specifically drummers. It's just amazing. YouTube is a pretty incredible platform, I have to say. This is not a sponsored video by YouTube, but man, what a endless resource, or time suck, I guess, if you want to look at it like that. It's just watching the same DVD box set 100 times. Yeah. I remember, oh man, show my age. I remember when VHS sort of first was a thing. And it was like, man, you're telling me we can watch a movie in our house whenever we want? Our first VHS was on a cord. The remote was attached like I don't know what it's like, just a big cord coming out of the VCR. And amazing. And they were so expensive. Warren, renting video cassettes from the local video store. That's what I was doing. That video store culture. Kids, you little kids, you don't know about that whole culture. A little bit like the mall culture, which is probably died a little bit now, I would say. Hanging out at video shops, there's always like some dude with a big beard behind the counter who's seen everything in the store. Yeah, that's right. And you'd just like browse. I would just browse the video store. And often, I know some of you guys will feel this, sometimes you wouldn't even end up getting a video. It was actually more like the experience. It was just like that, I don't know, a little bit of like a slacker, mall rats kind of culture. It was really fun. And then, you could see the writing on the wall with video stores when they started to do the big deals. 5 DVDs for $10, and then it was 5 DVDs for $5, and yeah. And then it just all went down. Jorge, hola Andrew, feliz año nuevo desde Concepción, Chile. Feliz cumpleaños, Jorge. He estado en Concepción en el año 12 y... no, 2009, creo, en Concepción. Oh, one thing I was going to do, if I get back to my agenda, my minutes here for this stream, I was going to tell you guys a few gigs from hell stories. There's a hilarious Facebook group called Gigs from Hell, and I've written a few on there, a few war stories. I don't know if that's interesting for you guys. We could go there, or we could have a Q&A if anyone's got anything that they want to ask. Yeah, I've found, again, I mentioned this on the Christmas stream, the Q&As seem to, everybody, the questions are great. Get really awesome questions, and I think the people that are there really enjoy it. But it's a pretty specific thing. I don't know how much interest there is for like a whole Q&A segment. I'll try and, what I could do is I could rapid fire try and answer questions as they come in. I'm jumping all over the place here between different things. Can you do a blind drum set like in your reaction videos? Can you do a blind drum set? I don't know what you mean, young Ma. Blind drum set? No, I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments, and you can be brutally honest. I thought it might be fun to share with you guys some gigs from hell stories. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just completely self-indulgent. But let me know. I don't know how many working musicians are in this chat or on the channel in general. But yeah, those kind of stories are super fun for us. And that Facebook group is just such good therapy. The Gigs from Hell group. Gig from Hell. COVID shutting down the gig. Yeah, tell me about it. Let's have a look here. You guys would probably be surprised at some of the like gig situations, like awkward gig situations where you just like, I don't know, you just like get home from the gig and you just like, I don't know, want to curl up in a ball and dig a hole and jump in it or something. Okay, here's one. Here's a gig from hell story that I wrote about in the Gigs from Hell Facebook group. Okay, because I've done a lot of wedding gigs, both jazz and just, but probably mostly covers, you know, dance, reception type dance kind of gigs. And there was one we went to, it was a really swanky, fancy function, you know, restaurant function sort of thing. And we turn up and we're a 4-piece band, you know, amps, PA, you know, all the stuff that you'd normally associate with a band. Park our cars up the front and start loading our gear in. And the bar manager comes out like panicking. No amps allowed. No amps allowed. So we're all looking at each other like, what? No amps. You know, there's like over 100 people at this at this wedding. We're not an acoustic group. It's just a classic, all pub style or wedding style covers band. And man, cut a long story short, we had a 4-piece band plugging into, like, they had this little desk which I think had 4 channels for a 4-piece covers band. And we're all, we had to plug into that. And the speakers, maybe this place just had serious noise concerns, but this place just had speakers around the dance floor only, but the speakers, I cannot tell you how funny the speakers were. They were like 90s computer monitors attached in the roof. Man, I was going to say I've never been so embarrassed, but I have, because if I tell you a few more of these stories, some of them are just as embarrassing. But it's those gigs, man, where you're earning your money. You look like a total dick gigging like that, and all night, bar manager sort of going, keep it down, keep it down. It's like, dude, this is a wedding. This is the biggest day in these people's lives. They want to party. You don't want to party because you're old and grumpy and you hate your job. These people have paid good money for us and for your venue. You've signed off that they're allowed a band. Don't even get me started. That stuff infuriates me. And in the end, it just makes the band look bad because we're not providing a party. You know, we're lame. It's like, why is this band playing so damn quietly? You know, we want to let loose and everybody's had a few drinks. Have a few drinks, what happens? Your hearing actually gets dulled. So that's why when people are drinking, they're always going, oh, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. You're actually getting deafer. The more you drink, you're getting deafer and deafer. So, yeah, that was one of them. Man, that was a time. Real pet peeve material, that kind of stuff. When like external things out of your control make you look bad, it just, oh man. And when other people are trying to sort of tell the band what to do. But yeah. Neff, how's 2022? I'm a year behind. Someone had to do it. Someone had to do it. You got to get your DeLorean, man. Got to get in your DeLorean and join us in the future here in New Zealand. It is 10:39 a.m. on New Year's Day in New Zealand, 2022, and I'm starting the year with a very strong coffee because I got on early this morning and I've set up some water as well. I don't normally drink water on the channel because, you know, we've got the coffee theme going, but need to dehydrate, need to rehydrate. There was no real perfect time to do the stream either because I realize, you know, for some of you, probably New Year's Eve, the whole party side of it is probably starting to ramp up a little bit. And, you know, you might not want to watch like some bald dude in New Zealand going and coughing on a live stream. So yeah, there was really no easy, perfect time to do it. I didn't want to do it yesterday because even though it was New Year's for me, I mean, I was out all day anyway, but I just thought for most of you guys, it's going to be New Year's Eve. I don't know. It just wouldn't have worked. Warren, I can't stick around for long. What? Lots going on tonight here. Man, slack, Warren. 10:40 p.m. in Switzerland. We advance to 2022 soon. Yes, here is hoping for a really good and positive 2022. If anybody has got suggestions for the channel, let me know. I take the Patreon suggestions on the channel very, very seriously. And I've done a lot of the things that have been suggested through Patreon and whatnot. Not because they're patrons, well, because they're patrons, but I think there's also the thing of, because they're patrons, they're quite invested in the channel and they enjoy it, and they're into it. They know what's going to work. And I honestly, I've said this a couple of times now, and I don't mean this to sound really contrived or anything, but the patrons know best. As Elizabeth Jaref said on our podcast episode, the suggestions and the that sort of real passionate viewer subscriber angle, you patrons, you guys know best. Videos that I think are going to do really well often don't at all, especially those early ones that I did. Some of the early ones, like Adam Deitch and Buddy Rich, Vinny Caluta, that was the stuff that I thought, man, this is gonna crush it. And they didn't. They didn't at all. But then when your suggestions started coming through, things I've never even heard of, like Bleed, I had never even heard of this El Estepario Siberiano, or all that stuff. And I don't know, I wouldn't have thought of jumping onto all the Slipknot stuff or anything like that. It was you guys. So yeah, you guys know better than me. You got your finger on the pulse. What have we got here? Jorge, suggestion: interview YouTube drummers like Estepario Siberiano, Seamus 666. Funny you say that. I've been talking to Seamus. I think we're going to do something. Look, honestly, with the interview stuff, it really comes down to time. Man, I possibly I'm not doing that stuff enough to streamline it. But if I do a podcast episode or an interview, man, it takes me ages. And it's just the hours, literally hours and hours and hours of editing and mixing and the post-production, and oh man, I love it. Maybe I need to outsource it. If there's any good audio engineers out there, maybe I need to outsource it to you guys. But yeah, I would love to. When I first did the video on El Estepario Siberiano, he commented on that video. I think his comment was just, I love you. I love you. And we talked back and forth after that on Instagram, and yeah, we did talk about doing a video, an interview, sorry. But yeah, I think he's just got busy. I'm busy, and yeah, it's just a time thing. I've gone a little bit blurry on this screen over here. Is my stream? Oh no, look alright. Looks a little bit blurry. Maybe take some Patreon questions and support to do it. Yeah, as I say, it's just a time thing. Maybe your eyes. Danielle and Aaron Cooper. Yeah, my eyes are blurry after last night. Young Ma, what are you drinking tonight? Well, I am drinking ice water today on New Year's Day. Happy New Year 2022. Greetings from Littleton, Colorado, USA. Well, my stream is definitely blurry on my other screen here. You know what? Now that I think about it, Gigs from Hell is possibly not a good thing to talk about on a New Year's Eve stream. Is it bringing the tone down? Is it a bit self-indulgent? Is it a little bit too down on the dumps? I don't know. I'll give you guys another one, even though you haven't really asked for more, more of them. Oh. Okay. Here's another one. Oh, looks good here? Good. You look crisp from here. Thank you. Looking good. Got my money maker on. All right. Here's another gig from Hell Story. So this was in my first year of jazz school. And in your first year of jazz school, you want to gig as much as possible. So I don't know how many people out there have been to music school. It's a little bit different in classical, but in the jazz department, you just gig as much as you can. And I was doing 200 and something gigs a year while I was at jazz school. I had about 4 regular gigs a week, and then on top of that, other stuff like weddings and stuff. Anyway, one of the early ones, when we had just put together, we had just formed a little group, my first year at jazz school, a little jazz quartet, upright bass. That's how you play upright bass. By the way, if you didn't know, that's how you play upright bass. Sax and guitar. Yeah, so it was drums, sax, guitar, upright bass. No vocals, right? And we were doing a gig somewhere, some cafe, and someone came up and said, "Man, you guys are fantastic. You should come over and play at our work function for Christmas." And this happened to be on a place called Waiheke Island, which is an island out in the off in the Auckland Harbour. Really nice place. Lots of nice vineyards and wineries and all that kind of stuff. So it's quite a big thing, getting a band and all the gear onto a ferry, and you've got to organise accommodation because the ferries stop at midnight. Anyway, there's a little bit of admin involved with the gig. So we go to, quite a lot of trouble. We organise all this. We weren't getting paid much. This is, the start of jazz school. You just take any crumbs you can get and you do the gig. Turn up at this place. It's a work function, and man, these guys are getting on it. Everybody was quite young as well. And, a lot of young people don't listen to instrumental jazz, but we were like the main thing of this function, and I'm just gonna we also weren't very good, to be honest. We were starting out, so we've got this fairly middling jazz quartet playing at this work function for young people who are off their face drunk. And man, it was awkward. I don't know how many of you guys out there gig, but it's just, we started, and it was pretty ting to ting, pretty average, doing our best. And during the first song, it was kind of you guys don't anything we can dance to? Oh man. But people are saying that in the second song of the night. Can you guys play anything more upbeat? But the problem is you've got no gears left. You've got no vocals. You've got an upright bass. And sax. Oh man. But what can you do? You can't not play, but it was terrible. It was terrible. I mean, it wasn't terrible in the sense that everybody was gutted and we were getting booed off the stage or anything. But it was just it's just not the right, it's just a bad fit. These days, I'm much more inclined to, I'll just turn that down. I'll just be like, nah, we're not the right band. You need these guys, or you should get them, or whatever. No problem saying that. I don't need at this point to be, I don't need gigs, and I don't need to be in 3 hours of awkwardness just to do the gig. Yeah, that was a doozy. It's like the whole weekend gone too with the trip and staying the night there, and another good one, a classic, was I actually didn't do this gig. It was with my covers band, but I had a friend covering me on the drums for the night. I was off doing something else, can't remember. But they did a big show in a big convention centre right in the heart of town here. Big thing. Hundreds, if not thousands of people. And it was, often at these things, it's band and a DJ. And now I heard the band played, and for whatever reason, it just didn't happen. No, I think no one cared, or just, people are still sitting around drinking and stuff. And then what was meant to happen was the band was going to play, do a set, take a break, the DJ jumps on, keeps the party going, bit of a different vibe, and then the band comes back on, plays a set, DJ, band, DJ, that kind of thing. The guys played, took a break, not happening. DJ jumps on. You know where this is going, right? The event organizer comes back to our band and goes, "Hey guys, do you want to take the rest of the night off?" Oh! Yep. Now, I was not playing in that gig. If I had been playing, there's no way. No, I'm just kidding. No. But, hey, everybody got paid. They just, the event organizer and the hotel, the event center where they were playing, they were actually, like apologetic about it. Like, I think the DJ's gonna work better. And then they just gave them all like a really nice, massive dinner, and just they just hung out in the green room, a nice green room for the night. And ouch, yeah, exactly. But the other soul crushing thing about that is all your gear is on the stage. And you can't take your gear down because the party is in full swing. So it's like, guys, we don't want you to play anymore, but you're going to have to wait to get your gear. So you're sitting around for 2 or 3 hours. Imagine this. Eating food in the green room, listening to the DJ, and then when the DJ's finished, like rocking the house and everybody's just like, best DJ ever. Then you can go and unpack your gear and go home. But thanks for playing for 25 minutes. Man, that is brutal. Oh, yeah. So, just to let you know, if you have just joined in, I'm going through some of my gig from hell stories. And the reason why I've got them on instant recall here is because I'm a member of this group, Gigs from Hell, Facebook group. And I've just searched up some of my stories. Now, here's another one. I don't know if you guys if you want more of these. If you don't, if this is just totally self-indulgent, you guys are like, this is boring, it's New Year's Eve, dude. We want to do funnels. Go completely old school on it. That's all right. If you want to like Will Ferrell out and go nuts, that's fine. But here's a good one. Proper gig from hell. Another wedding gig. These are often going to be wedding gigs. Turn up at this wedding gig, and there is a very large box of tambourines next to the stage. with a sign on it for the guests, please take one. No. No, 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 no. Now, if I'd been a bit more brutal, and the event planner, you know, this is the kind of thing, hopefully there's no event planners watching this. This is the kind of thing that event planners think, oh, that's gonna be so fun. Everybody can grab a tambourine and just all night do that. And, you know, they're part of the music. Yeah, but listen, too many things. And I wrote this down in the post. Number 1, a tambourine is a legit musical instrument that demands respect. It demands respect anyway, but it demands respect in this situation because it's loud. Tambourines are really, really loud. And you know, you throw 30 tambourines into a crowd, you've got chaos. There's never going to be a point, there was no point in that gig where someone did not have a tambourine. And you know, we're not talking about, I don't know, it's not like the Motown rhythm section tambourine player. It's like 30 drunk people just, ah! And no. My second point here about this was no one in the crowd can A, this is pretty brutal, no one in the crowd can A, clap in time, B, play a tambourine, C, feel pulse in the most basic songs. And the third point I put was, I'm a drummer. The tambourine is louder than my hi-hats. I would compare it to handing out 50 acoustic guitars at a gig. And then I've put, it was like Nam back there. It was. 3 hours of that. Shing, shing, shing. Now, that is only entertaining and fun for the person holding the tambourine. For everybody who's not holding a tambourine in that situation, it sounds like, it sounds bad. I was going to say something. I'll just leave it at that. It sounds bad. A tambourine is an instrument. It's not a toy. And the other thing is, how old are you guys? Like, is this kindergarten? Does everybody need, does everyone need like an instrument to play with for the night? Can you not just act like an adult and just enjoy the music? I mean, the music is wrecked. At that point, the music is wrecked for the night. It's done. And I don't know. When musical decisions are made by non-musicians, this is what you get. Okay, I'm going to catch up on the comments because perhaps these stories are not interesting. Let's have a look at what you guys thought of my stories so far from hell. Christopher, I work at a convention center. I can see that happening at a group event. Yeah. Not R. Kelly. What kind of handle is not R. Kelly? I'm glad you're not R. Kelly, but I don't know what kind of handle it is. Longest gig you have ever played. I think playing wise, early on, I was doing a lot of gigs where I was doing a jazz set or a couple of jazz sets and then doing the dance gig afterwards. So 5 or 6 hours, 3-hour jazz set, 3-hour covers gig with, you know, with breaks. Something, I'd say about 6 hours. Nothing musical about 150 tambourines. No. Nothing fun about it either. I mean, have a drink. Relax, talk to people. Do you need to do this with a... I don't know. Man, I get fired up talking about that gig. Just so dumb. Ryan Gilliland? These stories help me feel better. I'm glad. This is what Neff. This is why metal gigs are great. No one can really hear you, and the audience is too busy kicking each other's ass. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be heading to some metal gigs. My palette has changed. Doing these videos and doing the channel. I'm gonna be heading to some metal gigs. You know, hit up my homie, Jamie St. Marat, and he can set me straight on the gigs that I need to go to. All right, what do we got? Nathan McIntyre. Happy New Year, buddy. Happy New Year, Nathan. You're a good friend and supporter of the channel, man. All right, I'm going to give you guys. You never thought this was how you. A year ago, you never thought you were going to be spending your New Year's listening to me tell you about the worst gigs I've ever done. I guarantee it. Okay, I'm scrolling through. I don't know if I want to even talk about this, because it is like going back to NAMM. You know, you don't know if you want to revisit the horror, the awkwardness. But okay. Okay, here we go. So there was one bar gig around town that I used to do. And this particular venue, which I didn't like this venue at all. Terrible load-in, just a crappy, proper dive bar, to be honest. And the venue insisted that you go through their system. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, you know, normally a covers band like us, we would rock up with our system. You know, you got it all dialed in, you got all your levels and everything, and you know, you go on and you set up, and that's your gig. This place, they insist that you go through their system. So we couldn't bring our front of house speakers, so it was all their stuff. We would go through our desk, and then out of our desk into their system, which they control behind the bar, and through their admittedly quite a big, powerful system, so it should be cranking. Now it was an interesting night. It was shoulder to shoulder. It was a very big bar, and it was shoulder to shoulder because at the time we actually had a really big student following, our band. So this place was cranking with people, and we got up to play. There was a lot of like, I don't know, anticipation in the crowd. We had this big student following, you know, everyone just wants to cut loose. We jump up on the stage and start playing, and it's like, man, this is gonna crazy. And so we're playing, and everything sounds great on the stage because we've all got our fold back and we can all hear and stuff. So we're playing, and a couple of songs in, and like the crowd looks like this. And we're playing, and we're like, okay. Playing, carrying on playing. We medley everything, so the beat doesn't stop for the whole night, basically. So first set might be an hour, and the drums are literally playing the whole hour. There's no downtime at all. So we're just playing and playing and playing. And everything's just bombing hard. Nobody dancing, no one on the dance floor. It's just, you've got hundreds of people crammed in this bar just doing this. Just that. And I knew what had happened. You might know, if you're a gigging musician, you'll probably already clicked onto what had happened. The bar hadn't even turned on their system. We had been playing. We played for, it was probably about an hour 20, non-stop, our best songs to this captive audience of, you know, students and like proper, really into our band. And they had been hearing our fallback for the whole time. And I died a little bit that night. I actually did die a little bit that night. Yeah, and I vowed I'm never playing here again. Yeah, next set, they flipped it over and it was like boom, and like everyone's up on the dance floor and like, whoa, the band just got really good. No, the band didn't just get really good. The bar beeped everything up and completely killed the night. But there's so many things there. It's just like the lack of care to allow that to happen is just unforgivable. And they didn't have enough staff, and you know, there's so many people, they're trying to pour all these beers and make their money. It's like, guys, you didn't even turn on the system? Yeah. And you know, I don't know, I'm not that proud a person to do this kind of stuff, but I just said, I'm never playing here again. That's it. Done. Blacklist. All right, what do we got? Comments. Have you thought about reacting to any of Ulcerate's stuff on the channel, or is it something you've already seen since Jamie is a friend? Yeah, I'm hoping. I've already had Jamie on my podcast twice, so I'm actually hoping to get him on a third time to do a bit better job of it. The first chat we had was awesome. It's just the audio wasn't very good. I wasn't very switched on with the audio, and it was just on a Zoom, which was basically in the middle of the room, and I don't know. I'd love to get a better interview with Jamie and make it a video as well. He's just such a nice guy, and playing wise, damn, crazy awesome drummer. Joe K. Hey all, Happy New Year. Here's a question. Since doing the channel, is your approach towards playing and teaching changed? Well, I've had the channel since 2013. I only started doing reactions and therefore watching a lot of different stuff since last year, 2020. Yeah, no, actually, it has. It's changed my listening habits and therefore changed how I've thought about music. And it has actually changed things for me. I don't know if it's not the kind of thing that's going to show itself straight away. These things take time to sink in. For example, excuse me, for example, people talk about blast beats. Oh, hey, you should learn a blast beat. And, you know, obviously I'm going to make an absolute dork of myself if I made a video on that, because I'm not going to be very good at it. It's going to take a long time. So these things just, they take a little bit of time. But it has changed. It's changed my listening habits. I'm listening to stuff that I would never have listened to not any of this stuff, a lot of this stuff, especially the heavy stuff. So I'm really, really grateful. I often come back to Opeth. That first Opeth video I did was actually a game changer, where I was like, man, this is deep. This is deep. These guys, like, I am just speechless. I'm blown away at this whole scene. and actually I did a metal roundtable episode on my podcast, the NZ Drummer Podcast, if you want to check it out. A metal roundtable, that was also an eye-opener. Talking to those guys, and because it's a scene that I'm not involved with, it's not music I've really sought out to listen to. You know, meeting those guys, such nice guys, and so humble, and they're often, when I talk to Jamie, his two favorite drummers are basically my two favorite drummers. Jamie St. Morale's favorite drummers are Benny Greb and Jeff Porcaro. What? And then I was like, man, we're not that different. Like, I really liken it to, I had the spicy food analogy on that podcast episode where I was like, man, I can see with your music, with the heavier stuff, there's a point where you need a bit more. You need it to be spicier and spicier because you're adjusting your taste, and then, it's what you used to like is no longer enough. You want more intensity, more feeling in the music, and I 100% get that. I really do. I get that. So often the really heavy stuff, that's going to be a few levels above my comfort zone of what sounds good to me or palatable to me. And the Opeth video, that first one, I can't remember what it was called now. It was the Red Rocks one. I can't remember the name of the song. But that one, I was like, man, I could be at this gig, no problem. Like, this is just incredible. And then, that's a little bit of a gateway to other stuff. And then, you hear Gojira, and it's like, there's a whole different thing. And they've got the whole environmental angle. And yeah, really, really cool. Really grateful to you guys and all the requests for that kind of stuff. Man, you guys must be closing in on your New Year's, wherever you guys are. It is 11:15 a.m. on New Year's Day here in Auckland, New Zealand. And I'm thinking I might wrap this up real soon. If anyone does have a burning question, you can hit me with it. Who wants another gig from Hell Story? No one. No one wants one. No, I'm not going to read that one. That one's just too painful. Okay. I don't know if you guys are enjoying my gigs from Hell Stories, but 11:15 here in Sweden. Hey, coming close. Dirty Loops podcast. I would love that. Full disclosure, and I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble here. I did message Aaron. It was Aaron Meligard, I think, something like that, the drummer. And I don't think he saw my message. I'd love to have him on the channel. Omar Cortez, Happy New Year, Mr. Rooney. Happy New Year right back at you. Have you thought of making top lists like Beato? Andreas. I have done a few of those. If you look back, I've done a few best of type things. I did a best of 2020, which was a few videos back. And then this year I made a whole bunch of videos of, but they were more like the best of the stuff that people didn't watch, which I thought needed some attention. At this point, there's so many videos per year on this channel. It's going to be really difficult to do a best of. Let me know in the comments right now if you want me to bring up the year's videos, and I'll scroll through them and try and do a real quick top 10, let me know if you want me to do that to finish off, or if you want a few more gigs from Hell Stories. Let me know. And then we'll wrap it up and you guys can go and get crazy. Ryan wants more gigs from Hell. Yeah, I'm just a bit worried my top drumming videos of the year. I don't know. Both. Well, that's just a bit greedy. Lyris99. Okay, I tell you what. Just so I'm not sitting here going like this for the next 5 minutes, I'll give you a quick. Okay. Let's try and do both. I'll give you another gig from Hell story. Which I think is probably the worst, the most embarrassing one of my entire life, and then I'll zip through and I'll try and do a top 10. I'll try and be a bit quicker here, but yeah, these, if I'm pausing, it's because it's painful. Now this one is probably, no, definitely the most embarrassed I've ever been at a gig in my life. Okay, another wedding gig. We turn up at this like estate. It's a beautiful home, but there were houses around it. Now this is important in the story. There were still houses around it, but this big, sprawling, beautiful house. Turn up, and everyone's doing their wedding stuff and photos, and people are everywhere, and we start getting micromanaged by who I believe was the bride's dad. You don't want to micromanage the band. You let the band do band stuff. You do other stuff. Anyway, we come in, and clearly we're there to play for the night as entertainment. And as per our contract, we play undercover. We don't want to get rained on. We also don't want sun on the gear. Always covered. Turn up and this guy, hey, the band, yeah. Hey, follow me, guys. I'll show you where you're going to go set up. Takes us out onto like a veranda area. And I'm just going, no. This is not going to work. And he wants us set up on the veranda, and we say to him, but we only set up once. This is a 4-piece band. We're not setting up here a full PA. And, it was facing out onto the grass, onto their backyard. We can't set up here and then move inside. And he's like, no. Just stay out here for the night. Everyone's going to be partying outside, out here all night. And I was like, no, they're not. I didn't say that, I'm thinking that. But my more diplomatic side, I'm like, yeah, but, man, sir, people are going to go inside. It's going to get really cold. It's going to get dark. And then it's going to get cold, and people are just going to go inside. No, it's not. They're going to be out here partying all night. It's just going to be amazing. They're all going to be on the grass. And I'm like, nah. No. You think all these women in their like beautiful dresses and heels and stuff, they're going to be out in the mud? No, it's not going to happen, dude. And I said, look, I just want to say you've got a really awesome area here in front of this fireplace and the big lounge. We could set up here and everyone's going to come inside, control the noise from your neighbors, and we'll have this amazing house party inside. No. It's got to be outside. We'll do it outside. I knew this was going to be an epic fail. Long story short, we start off. It's still daylight when we started. Playing out to the crowd on this grass area. Beautiful, really pleasant, really, really nice. 20, 30 minutes, gets cold, gets dark, people go inside. We spent the next, 3 hours in suits, in the dark, playing to no one, with all of the guests behind us in the house. Another situation where it's just like I'm not trying to be a big shot, but it's just like, I've done thousands of these gigs. I know what's going to work. I know what's not going to work. Dude, this is just not going to work. It was so embarrassing. I was sitting there fuming. Like proper fuming. You know what it's like playing all these party dance hits, like Footloose and Sweet Home Alabama, to the neighbors, wearing a suit, in the dark. And behind us in the house, you can see through the window every now and then, people like sort of dancing and sort of talking, and then the guy, he knew he had screwed up. And he kept coming out. He's like, yeah, guys, I told you. It's awesome, man. They're having a good time back there. No, they're not, dude. And it's like, we look like a bunch of absolute dickheads. Not to mention, like, this is really ridiculous, playing to the neighbor's house. Like a paid band practice. And he's like, this guy, the setup on the veranda as well, we couldn't even turn around. So it's not like we could just flick around. And I've got my drum kit at the back, facing the other way. Oh, man. And he's like, yeah, nah, it's really good. Let's just flick one of the speakers around so it's pointing in the house. Absolutely shocking. All right, let's catch up on the messages. That is the most embarrassed I've ever been at a gig, by miles. And again, it wasn't, our fault. It wasn't my fault. It was just like this clown micromanaging the band. All right. Let's bring up... We're going to try and do a top 10. Hit me with your top 10 of, only from this channel for the year. Andrew, I don't know if your shirt is sweaty as hell or if the lighting makes it look like that. No, it is the lighting. It is warm, but I'm not that sweaty. All right. Try and wrap it up with a quick top 10. Now, I'm just flicking through. This is going to be very unscientific. I should start at the end, but that's going to be difficult. Chris Coleman. I'm going to bring up names as they come up that completely just kill me this year. Chris Coleman, insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, I'm going to throw some names out there. These are not necessarily my top 10. But I'm going to make a top 10 as we go. Matt Lynch. You know what? I think Matt Lynch would be on my top 10 for the year. Has everybody seen the Matt Lynch videos? What? That guy is crazy. We had the Danny Carey playing Fire. Paulina Villarreal. Jimmy Rainsford was another one. Have you guys seen, how many views has that got? 6,000 views. Not a huge amount of views. That was wild. Joseph, Alex Rudinger in top 10. I don't know if I did an Alex Rudinger video this year though. That's the problem. Travis Barker, Steve Gadd, Robert Sputt, Seawright. No questions asked. Top 10. He's probably top 3. If not number 1. So I'm writing these down so I can give you guys a top 10. Vlad Ulasevic. Am I pronouncing it right? Vlad. I'll put him down. Really love his playing. Really cool how he's not, well, he is a drummer, but he's not originally a drummer, I think. He plays like someone who, he plays like a great musician, not necessarily just a great drummer. We had Jimmy the Rev, the 6-year-old Caleb. That kid, man, I'm gonna write that down just because that was so insane. Dave Lombardo playing with Metallica. John Blackwell Jr. Gotta write that down too. Have you guys seen the John Blackwell Jr. video? Don't tell me you guys are only watching your favorite videos on this channel. You need to watch the other stuff. That John Blackwell, you guys haven't watched it. The John Blackwell Jr. video was on November the 12th. It's only had 3,000 views. If you haven't seen it, 100% like ratio. And the comments are just like, I can't believe this dude. He was Prince's drummer. Prince himself is a fantastic drummer. So, that, you know, he's going to select an insanely good drummer. And, oh my God, that was a crazy video. Peter Kozieradzki. Sorry, I believe that guy was Polish. Riverside. I remember really liking that as well. But I don't remember that video. So I'm not going to put it down. Chris Adler. I would like to put Chris Adler in there, especially for someone very different. I'll leave it off for now. Did a couple of Chris Adler videos. Jay Weinberg. That one got a lot of love. Yoyoka. Let's put Yoyoka down. Now remember, I'm not saying... okay. Got to be really careful here. I'm skipping through guys and girls, and then I'm writing down some people. I'm not saying they're the best. I'm saying this is kind of what got me. What I, you know, it's just a personal thing, and we've still got, you know, our own preferences on types of music and stuff. So bear with me. I'm doing my best. Matt McGuire doing the Paramore cover, that was cool. Lewis Cole, Nate Smith. Now I featured Nate Smith on the best of 2021. Joey Jordison. This was the year of Joey Jordison, really, wasn't it? And I'm quite surprised at how many of my friends, maybe it's a demographic thing, are so influenced and had so much respect for Joey Jordison. It was really amazing. And to watch him, you know, I was just very, very late to the party, and it was awesome. And I was surprised at, you know, he was, I felt like he was a bit of a cut above his own genre, if that makes sense. Not throwing shade on other guys in the genre, but he was pretty special. He was a great player. Kaz Rodriguez. Yeah. Crazy good. Charlie Thorpe, Trial by Fire. 4,000 views. It's not a lot of views, and I don't really remember it that well, to be completely honest. Emmanuel Caplete. That one didn't get a lot of views. What? You guys are missing out on some of the good stuff. You need to go back through the uploads, guys, and watch the videos that, you know, possibly of drummers that you didn't know about or you didn't know their name. Mike Mangini. Mangini? Arikan Proda. Sean Reinert. Spoiler alert, I've got another Sean Reinert coming real soon. It was a PayPal request coming up real soon on the channel. Achilles Priesta. Thriller. Oh, the Dirty Loops thing. I don't know if I can put a band down, but as a band, they were a pretty big deal for me. Nandy. That was amazing. Oh my god, I'm only up to September, so I'm going to have way too many videos. Luke Holland. Oh, man. See, this is where it just gets so difficult. I mean, Luke Holland could easily be on my list, but you know what? I'm gonna try and make this. I'm gonna try and factor in drummers that were new to me for the year a little bit. I already knew Luke Holland's a badass. Buddy Rich. Evgeny, how close is this to the pronunciation? Evgeny Novikov. Slaughter to Prevail. That was a great one too. Another Yo-Yoka there. Oh, Lorna Shore to the Hellfire. That one got blocked. Available to the patrons. We're in August. Going back. Joey Jordison again. Grayson Recruitment. No one watched that video either. Only got 4,000 views. What are you guys doing out there? I think part of this is going to be that you might not be getting all these suggested to you. You need to go back through the list. Shaking my finger on my pencil at you again. Man, that guy was crazy. Buddy Rich, the impossible drum solo. Kai Hato. That's right. Man, I need to do more of him. Okay, now we're getting into some of my personal faves. I could not do a top 10 list and leave Stanton Moore off it. Stanton Moore. Again, 5,000 views on the Stanton Moore video. What are you guys doing? You guys are sleeping on the best stuff. That could be the best pocket I heard on the channel all year. Stanton Moore. Crazy. I mean, anyone on the Zildjian Live videos is going to be an absolute alien. Then we had a whole bunch of Joey videos. Casey Grillo, who I had on my top videos that got completely missed. Led Zeppelin. Ash Sohn live. Had Ash Sohn on my podcast. Another video that no one watched. 5,000 views. No one watched. 5,000 still good views. But it's not enough. Kwak Jeonyong, Andreas. That was 2020. I'm just focusing on 2021. But yeah, that was a highlight of 2020. Kwak Jeonyong. Wow. Then we had Neil Peart. I mean, just all great drummers, obviously. Neil Peart again. The Magical Drum Kit. Who's seen the Magical Drum Kit video? Let's have a look. Josh Crawford, my homie. Steve Smith. Again, what is going on that only 5,000 views on the Steve Smith video? That was in July, guys. I mean, again, I'm watching all these videos. I'm watching your picks. You need to watch mine as well. Tim Alexander. Insane. Oh, Gergo Borlai. That dude wrecked me. It was the year of the Gurgo. It was the year of the Borlai. I think he commented on the video too. Gurgo Borlai. Now, I put on the thumbnail for that video the craziest drum vid I've ever seen. I stand by that. That video is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play a drum kit like that. It was ridiculous. There's a lot of great drummers in the world. I don't know how many could do what Gurgo Borlai did in that video. Ridiculous. Steve Jordan, Omar Hakim, Steve Moore. Yes, that's right. We had a few more Steve Moore videos this year as well. Love Steve. Kilonica Nix. I forgot about that one. This is quite fun actually going back. Ah, Sugarfoot. Jonathan Sugarfoot Moffat playing Smooth Criminal. Life-changing. If you don't feel that video, if you don't feel something in your bones watching that video, you don't have a pulse, because it is just, yeah. I waxed lyrical about the playing in the video, so you can check it out. Right, Yoyoka again, playing the Cream song, awesome. Marcus Gilmore. This is going to be the top 50 videos of 2021. No one watched the Marcus Gilmore video. It's between him and Gurgai. This is when I need my memes. It is between Marcus Gilmore and Gurgo Borlai. Okay, the Marcus Gilmore video, it got 9,000 views. My God, that guy is crazy. Then we had another Yoyoka video, John Tichy. The drum battle, the epic drum battle between Cooper and Quibus. All right, we're in June. Hang out with me. Rowan Atkinson playing his invisible drum kit. Bard Colstad, yes. Neil Peart again. Arnica. I'm going to put Arnica down. Arnica Nillis. That video was awesome. Oh my God, only 8,000 views on that one. You guys are missing a lot of the good stuff. Gavin Harrison. Is it really a best of list without Gavin Harrison playing the chicken? Here we go. Mike Portnoy, Steve Moore, Neil Peart again, Ray Hearn, Simon Phillips. I know that Danielle and Aaron Cooper. I know this list is long. I'm going through. This is not the list. I'm just going through and writing down the standouts, my personal standouts, and then I'm going to do a top 10. Yeah, what I'm reading out now is not the top 10. Don't worry. Dave Wickel. We got Yoyoka, John Hammond, Travis Orban, Keith Carlock, Sarah Thaler. That was really good too. Simon Schilling. Yep, we've done a video on Simon Schilling. Just answering the comment there. Akane Hirose, Bandmaid, Dorothea Taylor, Neil Peart, Trilok Gertu. How am I going to do a top 10 here? Matt Halpin, another guy who's so good and who comments on these videos. Pete Vilder, Ray Hearn, Ginger. Oh, well, I've already got Vlad here. Okay, let's keep going. Leo Marguerite, Blake Richardson, Aaron Spears. All of these are great. I'm just stopping and writing down the ones that, for me personally, got me there. They really got me. They all get me, but you know what I mean. Spencer Moore, Matt Halpin, Malcolm Miniman, Chris Turner. Oh, Chris. Antonio Sanchez. Did I do an Antonio Sanchez video this year? I don't even remember that. It probably should be on the list. 3,000 views. Oh my god. I'm not doing a very good job of pushing those videos. Jojo Mayer, Nerve. Okay. Now we're into March. Ron Morgenstein, Krim, Adam Bjork, They're Then Noi. That's right, playing on the sort of trashy kit. Larry Belton Jr. Insane. Senri, Kawaguchi, Juan Carlos Mendoza, Paulina Villarreal. All these drummers are obviously amazing. Joe Zizo, I really dug that. 1,800 views on that. Female drummers. Question mark. I've got Annika so far and Yoyoka. There haven't been a lot percentage-wise on the channel. Anyway, I'll keep going. We're almost there. Dan Ford, Anthony Barone, Kenny Wallison. Man, that was good too. Larnell Lewis, Neil Peart, Matt Greiner, Yoyoka again, Juna, Matt Halpin. Oh, a whole bunch of Larnell ones. David Deepold. That was another good one too. I'm going to get a lot of hate from the middle people. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of hate. They might be a bit, ticked off that I'm not writing down more metal stuff, but I'm just sort of going with the stuff that got me there and the stuff that was within my understanding. El Estepario Siberiano. Definitely. What video was that though? Dance of Eternity. El Estep. Kanade Sato. Richie Martinez, that was another good one too. David Rucky, Mark Juliana, Yoyoka, Bonham, Naveen Copperwise. El Estepario Siberiano again, The Pot. Mike Melian, I don't remember that one. I need to watch some of these again. Eric and Proda, Jason Bonham. Eric and Proda, Adam Gray. John Longstrength, or John Legstrength, as some of you have called him. Okay, we're almost there, guys, and then I'm going to narrow this down. Senri Kawaguchi again. Adam Jarvis. Dave Lombardo. Christian Vander, that was an interesting one. Alex Pelletier. Gavin Harrison. I've called it 11 out of 10 on the Stankometer. Can't remember what song it was. Josh Dion, Simon Schilling, Gavin Harrison, John Doublestroke, John Bonham, Elliot Hoffman, Morgan Ugren. God, there's just so many. Devin Townsend. The Devin Townsend one, Deadhead, got blocked. Available to the patrons. Available to the patrons. Paul Seidel, he's a great guy. He posted and commented, shared my video. Gergo again, Thomas Lang. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, okay, there is an Opeth one there. Devil's Orchard. Okay, so that's it for 2021. How many people have I written down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. We're going to sign off real soon. I'm going to give you my personal... this is the highlights of the highlights. Every drummer is world class, and I'm not saying I'm better than any of these people or that some of them are not as good. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying, for me personally, what blew me away. Different things can impress different people. Speed, some people are like, oh, well, George Calais, he's the fastest, come on. But that might not be your frame of reference for what is a good drummer. You might be looking for something else. You might not like the music, and then that, on and on and on. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna make a few ticks next to these. This is like Top Gun, this is like the best of the best. Emerald Flame at different times. Yeah, you can like different stuff at different times. I could go through this list tomorrow and pick out different people. Now I'm just going to tick off some people here that particularly knocked me out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've got 5. Okay. Looking at this list, there were 5 that I could not leave off. Possibly what's going on here as well is that some of these are a massive surprise to me. The first one, Marcus Gilmore. You guys have not watched that video, have you? It's got, I think I saw it might have been 7,000 views. I mean, compared to like, some of the other ones, it's nothing. That video is, I basically cannot believe a human being can play like that in that setting, in that Zildjian Live improv. Let's just do one run through and then we'll hit record. And you play it like that. Ridiculous. I've got Sugarfoot, because Sugarfoot just shows you how a pro does it. Michael Jackson was like James Brown, he was like Prince. He was a brutal, brutal taskmaster. You need to be perfect. You're playing for Michael Jackson, you need to be perfect. I've got Sugarfoot on the list because he showed in those videos the level. And the drumming itself is not like the parts, if you transcribe them and played them, they'll be relatively easy to play. It's just that you can't play them like him. With that intensity, with that showmanship. Anyway, total pro. Gergo Borlai. Gergo Borlai he's not human. He's a Terminator sent from the future to make us all embarrassed that we own a drum set. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Stanton Moore. Now, so this is another Zildjian Live performance. Stanton Moore. The pocket. There's a thing, it's a little bit of a New Orleans feel that they call In the Cracks. And Stanton is from New Orleans. And it's a feel called In the Cracks, where it's not swung and it's not straight. Does everybody know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about swung and straight? Straight 16th notes, even. 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a swung. Da 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 da. New Orleans feel is not either. It's in between. It's got this like, I don't know. It kind of just makes you want to. There's something about it. It just makes you want to like go out of the video shot like that slowly. That's how I'm going to leave the stream. I'm going to shoulder roll my way out of it. But Stanton Moore on that video, I'd never sat down and watched Stanton Moore, and my God, crazy good. Good enough to be in my top 5 of the year. Robert Sput Seawright. The MD on the Zildjian Live videos, playing keyboards, and then playing drums. I didn't even know. What? He's the keyboardist and the MD on Zildjian Live, which is basically like playing keyboards and MD for Snarky Puppy. And then you go and play drums like that. I don't know. It's just like sickening. Now, I mean, it's just ridiculous to leave anyone. The other names that I wrote down: Annika Nillis, Dirty Loops, Aaron, Matt Lynch, Jimmy Rainsford, Vlad Ulasevich, Alestipario Subiriano, Caleb, the 6-year-old guy that plays better than me, Yoyoka, Larry Belden Jr., Gavin Harrison. There are other people that I have to mention, but yeah, my personal top five for 2021: Marcus Gilmore, Sugarfoot, Gugo Borlai, Stanton Moore, Robert C. Wright. Say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. That's my personal top five. Guys, I have been rabbiting on for 111 minutes. Dear God. My apologies. But I will be wrapping it up now. I know it's coming up to, party time in a lot of your areas, wherever you are. I wish you all a happy new year and all the best for 2022. It's going to be an awesome one. Got lots of fun, exciting things planned for the new year. Grab your drums and coffee mug in the merch down below. I don't get, like, I get, it's like 50 cents or $1 per mug. I don't get a lot for the mugs. I just want you, I've made them as cheap as I can with Teespring. I just want you to share a drums and coffee mug with me. Thank you so much for the support. It's just crazy. I'm blown away with all the support. Again, I started the video with a massive thank you to the patrons and to the Buy Me a Coffee crew, to the subscribers, everybody who watches the channel and supports. Amazing. Amazing. I always end up going a little bit off script in these live videos because I just don't do them enough. I don't really know what to do. So hopefully you've had a bit of fun along with me. It is New Year's Day here, so I'm going to go off, grab some food. I'm rather hungry, haven't really had breakfast. And yeah, go and kick off the year. And I'm not a big person for New Year's resolutions, and I mean, it is a good time of the year to stop and take stock of where you're at, and it feels like the world's your oyster a little bit at this part of the year. But I'll leave you with some advice, some wise advice for 2022. If you do feel like you want to make some changes, or 2021 was pretty crappy on the whole for a lot of people. My advice, and I'm going off script here, this is not really necessarily to do with drums, write stuff down. Whatever you want to do, if you do have, I talked with Benny Greb about this on the podcast. If you do have something you want to do for 2022 and you want or need to make it a reality, write it down. Write it down somewhere where you can revisit it. Maybe it's on a bit of paper, fold it up, put it in your drawer, or A good one is actually behind your, what's that? The thing you bring down to keep the sun out when you're driving. Oh my God, I can't even remember what that's called. When you flick it down, if you've got the note there of, you know, the thing that you need to do or the goal or whatever, put it down. Something special happens when you write stuff down. And yeah, I just hope visor. There we go. There you go. Visor. Put on your visor. Somewhere where you'll see it on the fridge. Something like that. Yeah, check out my interview with Benny Greb. We got into this. Something magical happens when you write things down. They happen. Might not happen tomorrow. It'll happen when it's meant to happen, but it gets all the wheels in motion for you. And it really works. It's I learned it late in life. Too late. Wish I'd known it when I was younger. Write stuff down. It'll happen. Anyway, way off topic. Yeah. Have a great New Year's, guys, and I will see you on the next video. I might be going on a little bit of a holiday, but I think the videos will still be pretty consistent. Got a few PayPal requests in there to do. And yeah, it's going to be another bumper year on the channel. I got a good feeling about this year. It's going to be big. It's going to be fun. Thank you again for the support. I wish you guys all the best. Happy New Year's. Go get it. Ciao.